deservedly acknowledged as being in the forefront of promoting Turkish wines. You were lying low for a bit, but now it seems that you're practically starting where you left off.
No, life continues, and I do what I love to do. And I decided to start up again and to focus on consumers and, of course, professionals. When I was working for Wines of Turkey, I was focusing on export markets, and especially for foreign markets and the professionals who are living abroad and decision makers. But now, as Turkey Turkish wine culture has to develop, and there are some minor activities. People are working, and there are new producers, and people start to motivate me. Taner, you are doing great business for Wines of Turkey. Why don't you do it for the domestic market? We need such activities. And this motivated me a lot because when I saw that the things that I have done was appreciated, which I wasn't aware so much, I was motivated, and I decided to use my abilities towards domestic market, because we have a very good reputation abroad. All of the master sommeliers, master of wines, and many prestigious wine experts are good friends of mine because of the things that I have done for Wines of Turkey. So it is possible to create events with them in Turkey, and I am very perfectionist in these kind of organizing events. And when we do something like this, we give great importance to the details, and I see that people appreciate.
Sommelier Selection event that you organized in February this year was, by all accounts, a success. When I attended the second day walk-around tasting, the place was practically packed by... Who are those people?
They are wine enthusiasts and wine professionals, actually. And they are coming all over Turkey, not only in Istanbul. There are many people who came from Bodrum, Antalya, Izmir, Ankara, Bursa. So we were lucky to see all these people together.
Do you expect the same public enthusiasm for the upcoming Challenging Masterclasses?
Yes, I think so. Of course, there are some challenges with the timing, because the weather is now beautiful, and there are some other events on the same dates. So we are a little bit anxious whether people will come or not, but we are seeing a good demand, and I am pretty sure that all seats will be full again.
So what basically is the difference between the first event, which was the Sommelier Selection, and the upcoming event, which is the Challenging Masterclasses?
Yeah, there are a couple of differences. First of all, our guests are different. In the first event, our guests were two master sommeliers. In our second event, our guest, one of them is a master of wine, and the other one is a wine writer, author, and TV programmer, Clarke. Also, they have two interesting titles. Clarke is the one of the presidents of International Wine Challenge, and Caro Maurer is the president of the Mediterranean table of the wines that are tasted in Decanter World Wine Awards. So actually, in real life, they are two competitors in probably the two biggest wine competitions in the world. So in the first event, the concept was two master sommeliers were going to pick up their favorite wines among others, which we did. And it was a great success. There were very interesting wines that not many people heard about it, so people loved it. In this event, people who attend to the master classes will experience very small wine competition. In fact, we are not calling it wine competition, but actually, in a small extent, it will be a competition because all the wines will be tasted blind with the wine experts. The tasting will be at the same time. So you will see Clarke and Caro Maurer, the master of wine, tasting wines with you. You will taste the wines, you will give scores, they will give scores, and you will be able to compare the scores, and you will be able to hear their comments for some selected wines. So it will be a small wine competition in itself. However, it's not a wine competition, of course. It will be a master class. You will gain some experience. You will chat with the wonderful people, wine consumers, professionals. The event will be 2 days again, as the same. It was in February. The event will be on 13th and 14th May, Saturday and Sunday. It will start at 10:30 and end at 6 o'clock. There will be 2 master classes in both days. There's a morning session starting at 10:30, and there's an afternoon session starting at 2:30. And all day there will be a walk around tasting. So anyone can buy 1 or 2 tickets, even 3 or 4 tickets for all the master classes. They are sold separately, and all the wines will be different in each master class. So if you are very enthusiastic, you can enter to 1 or 2 master classes or all of them. And plus, you can taste 180 wines in a walk around tasting manner, which means you will get your glass and all the wines will be
available
for tasting according to their grape variety and body. It's not located according to the producer, so that's the main difference. It's a revolution in these kind of walk around tasting. So you will get your glass and you will start from sparkling wines, then whites
according to the grape.
According to the grape and the body. For example, you will taste Emir, Sauvignon Blanc, then Chardonnay, and then rosé, and then light-bodied reds, and then medium-bodied reds, and heavy-bodied reds. It will go.
You mentioned that there are tickets for these events.
The prices there are 2 different prices. The first one is for the walk around tasting. It is for 1 day. If you buy walk around tasting ticket, it's 150 Turkish lira including VAT. With that ticket, you are able to taste 180 different wines. The second type of ticket is for master classes. You can buy 4 different master classes. They are 200 Turkish lira per each. But when you buy 1 master class ticket, you automatically buy for free, I shall say, the walk around tasting.
So it's inclusive of the walk around tasting.
Yes. So the person who buys 1 master class can also attend to the walk around tasting, and the person who buys 2 master classes, he is entitled to come the next day also, 2 days walk around tasting.
And this event is going to happen where?
In Regis Hotel, Nişantaşı.
A lot of people who don't know you are curious about how you started getting involved in wine. So that you've actually made a business out of it by founding the Gusto Bar in Istanbul.
I entered to wine business by working in Doluca Winery. The reason I entered to the wine industry is my love to the wine. And after working for 4 years in Doluca, I decided to establish my own consulting and importing company. I left and I established a company called Fidelity Consulting. Later, in Fidelity Consulting, I started to work towards generating the wines of Turkey, and I started to import wine cabinets, because as a strategy I said to myself that I have to work in both different sides, in the consumption side and in the production side. In the consumption side, I shall provide the necessary accessories for consumers to be able to consume good quality wines. In the production side, I shall work with the, especially with small and medium-sized producers to develop their brands, because my profession, in fact, is marketing. I'm a marketing guy. And I started to work towards developing, my mission also was to develop the Wines of Turkey concept. My first tasting was made in Ireland, for example, in Dublin. I agreed, I invited Dolujen Kavaklıdere. It was the first Turkish wine tasting abroad in 2005. And I designed a tasting such that they are one company and their wines are belongs to only one concept. It's the Anatolian wine. So I developed this concept, and Wines of Turkey was established in 2008. In the meantime, I also developed the product range. For example, we started to import more wine cabinets and wine by the glass systems like Enomatic and Wine Emotion, and now we are importing wine glasses called Zalto, which I love. I adore them.
And don't forget Coravin also.
So I am following the technology, and I am trying to import innovative products which creates added value to consumers.
And where where can consumers actually find these products?
Now with the 2017 we opened an online shop. It's www.gustobarshop.com. So they can reach from there and they can call us, or we have a couple of different stores that they are selling our products like Clarke and Decanter, and they can find in these such locations.
Your final word about the upcoming event at St. Regis, which is called Challenging Masterclasses.
I am very excited about this event because our guests are wonderful people. I really love to invite all the wine enthusiasts to this event for a couple of reasons. First, to meet with Clarke and Caro Maurer. They are the most interesting. Clarke, for example, he has a great fame, and he's probably the most modest person in the wine industry I know. And you can listen his comments about wines. You will love them. Caro, on the other hand, she's a German master of wine, and she's a great lady, a great wine expert. It's not easy for a person to come the president in the Decanter World Wine event, and it will be great to listen to her comments about Turkish wine. And in the meantime, you will meet great people and you will taste great wines, I promise.